tonight. You drift into corners of space where light has never reached. Places so deep the stars forgot them, and time moves like cold water. Your mind empties. Your body softens, and you begin to sink into a silence wider than thought. You find yourself suspended in a vast space. Your shoulders drop, heavy and loose. There is no hurry here. Your breathing slows, deep and even. All muscles ease into rest. The quiet dark envelops your skin. Before you, a faint cloud of cosmic dust lingers. Its glow is soft, almost absent. The light feels pale against your suit. You remain still, weightless. A slow pulse of coolness brushes your neck. You drift silently among the thin particles. The darkness stretches wide around you. No faint edges, only gentle fades. The dust moves faintly, as though breathing itself. You watch as tiny specks catch muted light. One reaches your hand, a fine, cool grain. Its touch is delicate, weightless, a whisper. You lie cradled within the silent vastness. The void around you is deep and pure. There are no sounds, only your steady breath. A single star glimmers far away, dim and distant. Its pale shine is a weak promise of light. You allow your limbs to hang softly. A faint warmth spreads beneath your gloves. It comes from the sting of a gradual fading glow. You move a fingertip through the haze. Dust slips past like fine silk in water. The particle trails glimmer for a moment, fading. Your heart slows to match the endless space. You notice a thin filament of light, barely bright. It hums with forgotten ages, resting there. This is the unseen side, the hushed, the bright worlds forgot. You hold your hand still, letting time flow around it. A mild heaviness soothes your chest and limbs. The simple motion of breath is enough. You feel your weightlessness deepen. There is no up, no down, only the vastness here. Your eyes rest on the dim light patches. Each faint shimmer seems to pulse slowly. A fragile sense of peace settles in your bones. You coast slowly through the muted dark. A swath of shadow glides across the mist. It is soft and unhurried, neither here nor gone. A cluster of distant stars twinkle faintly beyond. You feel the cool spread across your faceplate. A silent drift carries you through the haze. You sense the mild stretch of endless space. A single moded fragment floats nearby. It moves with a long and lazy curve. You reach an open hand toward it. Dust clings faint against your glove's silk. The cool touch fades to calm ease. You continue on, still and small. The star far away dims with quiet grace. Its light bleeds slowly, tending into nothing. The cloud of dust rolls like faint, slow waves. You become a part of the muted vast. There is no need to carry or hold. Your body rests in suspended stillness. You sense measured warmth from an unseen core. A tender pulse where no light penetrates. Your breath softens further, slower still. The tender, dark folds gently around you. You float in empty comfort, utterly unburdened. The vastness absorbs you without sound. In the distance, a faint shimmer appears. It moves like a sigh across the dark. You do not follow, you only watch. The slight glow slips past your vision. A lonely mote of light, faint and steady. It is gone before it reaches your reach. A weightlessness as gentle as a sigh holds you. Your arms hang open, loose and easy. The still void carries no urgency now. You sense hushed layers between the shadows. Your breath feels thin, like a slow wave of mist. The star's pale echo recedes peacefully. The dust cloud dims, an unhurried breathing hush. You reach out but find no solid form. Soft, faint light becomes even quieter. Your body feels like it dissolves into space. The vastness widens, infinitely open. You coast through the deep and the steady. You notice a mild shimmer now near your chest. It feels like the faintest warmth inside a shell. You become aware of a slow, radiant pulse. Light barely touches the dust this far out. The pulse hums faintly, but no sound reaches you. It lingers easily, inviting you to rest more. A thin veil of coolness glides over your faceplate. Your breath slows, deeper and longer. The light is pale and fading, a quiet glow. You sense the dim pulse in measured rhythm. Your body adjusts, weightless and loose. You float, carried by measured kindness. The faintest threads of dust swirl around you. They drift without hurry or purpose. The mild, dark folds around your limbs. You rest muted, the steady motion your own. The vastness invites mild patience. It is cool and distant, neither harsh nor near. A thin glow breathes quietly between scattered dust. It pulls easily backward toward the distant star. The star's light feels a thread away, barely alive. It is a thin sliver of distant calm. Your breathing blends with the infinite pause. You glide through the muted, formless deep. A small cluster of dust gathers in a faint curve. You watch as a particle flutters away. It drifts unhurried, lonely, and unmarked. You surrender to the calm, unfolding space. You feel the cool vastness flow past your skin. Light barely touches the edges of this place. The dust moves faintly. Time flows unmeasured. The hazy cloud seems endless and unhurried. Its texture softens within your vision. Each slow breath becomes a steady tide. You sail on in the tender dark. A faint glow appears far ahead. Your body settles deeper into ease. The light's faint pulse matches your heart. You glide toward the hush without haste. The faint glow becomes a whisper of dust. Your limbs grow heavier with peaceful calm. You rest in the stillness beneath tender light. The distant star flickers, barely a breath. Light weaves through steady dust, pale and thin. The faint pulse slows to measured silence. You move through muted, soft and wide. You find yourself swallowed by the unmeasured dark. A faint shape whispers in the empty spread. It has no sound, no touch, only presence. You rest, light and without form. It passes slow across your faceplate. The airless muted holds you without urgency. The faint star glimmers, shrinking ever so softly. A thin veil of shadow collects everywhere. It flows steady, like liquid folded in peace. Your chest rises and settles with steady calm. You sail deeper into the cold, faint light. Your focus drifts to the near silence around you. Your body remains faint, balanced in ease. The gentle light fades slowly to the edges. You continue past the faint and muted glow. Its light slips between steady, swirling dust. Your limbs weigh heavy, relaxed, and open wide. The haze turns to soft shades of absence. Drifting near, a shadow flickers faintly. It holds no form, only the feel of still. Your heart slows in steady shadow rhythm. You stretch slow across the quiet plain. The hazy dust dims to nearly nothing. You sail gradual through muted swaths of dark. Your breath is calm and almost soundless. The infinite space folds around with ease. It feels mild, like faint, cool mist on skin. Your body accepts the unhurried, drifting calm. You float lightly near the edge of silence. You turn faintly toward the weak glow. It hovers still, feeble as a candle's last breath. The cold of empty space surrounds and soothes. You become still, eyes heavy, limbs loose. A distant pulse flickers long and faint. You are blanketed by soft, dark shades. Your breath falls into gradual motion. You coast slowly beyond the pale whisper. Only the muted dark fills the field. You rest in steady, weightless ease. Your heart beats slow in restful space. Your body hangs loose in the muted void. A thin pulse throbs faint within you. No rush, no urgency, only easy pause. You melt deeper into the empty embrace. The star's glow thins to a faint sigh. The cool deep holds you like light silk. Your thoughts fall into silent shadows. Something changes beneath the gradual veil. It feels like the slow heartbeat of deep space. Your skin tingles with distant, muted warmth. The unhurried glow softens around your form. It moves gradual, weaving in forgotten time. Your breath matches the measured, steady beat. Your body floats with a patient ease. You become weightless within the mild hush. You rest suspended like a seed in dark. A faint chill glides across your faceplate. Light all but vanishes into mild shades. In this deep quiet, a single glow remains. You become one with the unhurried, thin pulse. Your heart falls into a calm, easy space. Your breath slows to almost nothing now. Darkness grows pale around your body's edges. Your mind floats silent, thoughts thin and light. You feel easy cold rest on your skin. The vast, hushed folds you into deeper stillness. All movement slows to a faint, gentle sway. Light barely licks the outer edges here. A thin heaviness settles in your limbs. The quiet now is wide and far-reaching. You coast along the faint ebb of soft light. Breath eases into a rhythmic, slow wave. You drift further into muted ease. The dull shimmer wanes to a faint trace. A coldness hovers steady near your skin. You soften, wrapped in the vast, gradual dark. You rest still, not needing to move. The faint pulse dies out to silent shade. Limbs hang open and relaxed, loose and wide. Breath lingers thin, stretched across long time. Your eyes feel heavy, lids drifting unhurried. You inhale long, clearing the silent dark. The void spreads faint, endless and wide. You surrender lightly to vast calm. The tender pulse disappears beyond your reach. Your muscles release to effortless weightlessness. Your breath deepens, stretched into tender space. You drift further into the light hush. The dim, dark folds around your form. Breath flows steady, long and light. The muted vast presses close and kind. The pale glow vanishes beyond the unhurried dark. A cool, quiet touch lingers on your skin. You feel the stillness stretching all around. You rest easy in the endless deep. The emptiness enfolds you like warm silk. The vast space breathes with soft, silent waves. Everything is muted, mild, at rest. You glide lightly through unmeasured dark. You settle deeper into weightless softness. Breath lingers unhurried, calm and even. Your eyes close slowly, fluttering slow. You find yourself in a pure, hushed void. Surrounding space holds you like a measured song. Your body floats easy, relaxed, and warm. You sink further into the tender dark. A slender curve of shadow passes nearby. Your skin feels the faint cool near your face. The muted void holds you without end. You linger slow inside the easy hush. The faint light is a ghost in the shade. Your eyes slip closed beneath lids slowly drawn. The stars glow as a whisper, far and faint. A tiny shimmer flickers once near your chest. It pulses faintly, then it fades away. The dark stretches wide with soft embrace. You drift further beyond the fading gleam. You swing faintly in the vast, hushed space. Breath thins into a slow, easy rhythm. Your body curves into the infinite dark. You glide across the thin, endless deep. The faint light narrows to a thin line. Your breath grows faint, unhurried as a last sigh. Limbs hang loose as your mind slows down. Your body floats, barely aware of movement. The space around is blanketed in thin shade. Light barely touches the edges here. Time unfolds endlessly with light flow. You sway gently in the vast, muted void. Limbs relax fully, heavy and loose. You melt quietly into the restful night. Your eyes close heavier with each measured wave. You rest wide and loose in weightless space. All motion ceases beyond a silent pulse. You drift with patience inside the deep calm. You remain held amid the faint, mild haze. Weightlessness wraps like a gradual, tender hand. The glow dims to a near invisible wisp. You glide steadily in the tender dark. The aura of light almost disappears. You feel peace without movement or sound. Breath becomes a still, steady rhythm. The vast space holds you completely still. The space around is slow and unchanging. Your eyes settle beneath soft, heavy lids. The muted dark folds you like silk. Slowly, the light thins to pale faint. Your muscles unwind, wide and loose. Darkness stretches faint and endlessly deep. You coast further into silent space. You float slowly in still unmeasured vastness. Your breath falls long with calm ease. You remain suspended in thin, muted dark. The light is gone beyond the gradual fade. Your body rests loose in endless quiet. You pass quietly through hushed stillness now. You drift lightly through hushed, empty space. Breath stretches slow, soft, and even. The vastness is warm in unhurried motion. You sway lightly in gradual, steady dark. A thin trace of light brushes your cheek. It is warm, faint, and unhurried. Mind quiets deeper into the hush. You move seamlessly through the silent dark. The hushed space deepens into wide ease. Your weight melts into slow, steady tide. Limbs rest wide, letting go more. You glide without thought or concern. Your form remains open in vast, soft dark. The faint traces of light vanish slowly. Mind slows to deep, steady calm. You pass into hushed, endless space. The dim haze is almost gone now. A faint coolness settles on your skin. Light fades mild beyond your reach. You dissolve into tender, still dark. The space around grows deeper and stiller. Breath widens, gradual and even. The faint glow disappears into vast dark. You sway gently amid the hushed deep. A tiny shimmer pulses quietly near. Your thoughts quiet in light response. Your form moves with a steady pulse. You hover inside muted calm. The faint light fades past your sight. The gentle muted envelops all. Breath slows to soft, fading waves. The last trace of shimmer slips away. Your body is one with easy hushed. Limbs open wide in endless calm. You rest wide in the silent deep. Time slows, the vastness unchanging. Limbs soften, heavy with ease. You glide in still, endless space. Slowly, the first deep place changes. You move now through the thick dark. Nothing moves but you, slow and still. You glide deeper into veiled space. Ahead, a vast shadow yawns open. Long ago, sky watchers gave this hollow a name. Buddhas. The great void where nothing lives. No light reaches into this deep fold. You hang still at the threshold. The airless quiet presses soft. It moves light, neither near nor far. Your breath extends measured, stretched and thin. Limbs bend open, wide and easy. The shadowed deep swallows all remnants of light. You drift near the edge without fear. Your body softens with each measured breath. You become part of the empty dark. A smooth blackness surrounds you wholly. You feel as though you sink softly inside. Your form feels weightless, wide and open. You coast through the endless shade with ease. The void hums a hushed lullaby only you hear. The absence holds you tender and deep. You rest at ease in the vast dark. Your skin tingles with pale coolness here. No light exists, only tender, dark space. You hang slowly in the quiet deep. A mild stillness settles deep inside you. The vast void spreads wider all around. Limbs float open, loose and free. You feel nothing but mild ease and rest. You hang suspended in deep, still absence. Your breath lengthens, pulled measured and even. The dark holds you in steady peace. You become muted in the endless hollow. It is slow and mild, soft as a sigh. You drift without resistance into the hush. Breath flows deep and gentle, easy and measured. The vastness moves like gradual water around you. Your limbs sink easily in the silent dark. Breath fades faint into long, steady tides. Your mind blinks slowly beneath closed lids. The weightless dark folds you wider now. You rest open, light as distant mist. The void holds endless steady calm. You float deeper into mild stillness. Your skin feels the soft cold of the void. Your body sinks lighter with every breath. Limbs lose all tension, open wide and loose. You coast gently inside the still hollow. Limbs hang loose in weightless ease. your mind drifts toward the slow dark. You rest, suspended in mild calm. Breath grows faint, stretched long and thin. Time unfurls slowly, measured and still. You fold deeper into the vast hush. The quiet held tight and steady around. Limbs open wide in calm surrender. The vast black supports your whole form. You drift faintly through endless muted space. Limbs hang open in slow ease. Your mind rests under heaviness of dark. You sail across boundary of deep shadow. Your breath lengthens, hushed and still. Your body glides dim with steady ease. You rest, carried in the silent void. You weave slowly through the hushed expanse. Your thoughts dissolve into wide, endless dark. Movement slows until you are stillness itself. The void holds you wide and open. Breath fades thin into tender calm. Your limbs release, heavy as soft clouds. You rest amid the pale, endless night. You glide unhurried in the vast absence. No stars, no light, no movement here. Your breath quiet, stretched thin and long. Body held loose in weightless calm. Mind melts deep into patient dark. You sway slowly in the tender void. The vast dark folds and softens now. Your limbs feel heavy, open and slow. Breath becomes a thin thread of hushed. Your body melts more into the still. You rest, suspended in measured, deep hush. The unseen side surrounds you fully. Your form hangs loose in the light void. The faint light gone, only stillness remains. Breathing is unhurried, gentle, almost nothing. Limbs open wide without effort or thought. Your mind is empty, drifting slow and still. You float folded inside the deep abyss. A light coldness rests on your face. Your whole body becomes effortlessly still. Breath lingers long in calm, quiet times. The vastness folds you close and deep. You rest without movement or need. You glide steady through endless, hushed dark. You slide softly in the muted expanse. No light penetrates the thick, deep dark. Breath thins out, measured as soft whisper. Limbs relax wider with each long pause. Your body drifts lazy and unhurried here. The silent void cradles you lightly. The great, deep, dark folds around your frame. Breath eases measured in endless silence. Limbs open wide to peaceful surrender. The stillness grows light and heavy now. Your mind fades lightly into the dark. You rest held in the tender vast. Breath eases slow in endless still. The silence surrounds you completely now. Everything is still. Everything is quiet. Nothing calls you anymore. Nothing remains to follow. Only the quiet rhythm of your breath. Slow. And steady. And gently. Without effort. You drift You are safe. You can rest now. everything is still. You are safe.